I don't know what to say, except for, well, I can't wear this at work. Never thought anything like this would ever happen to me. I mean, I kind of hoped it wouldn't, but now that it has, I just want to say that I'm very, very honored and moved and truly touched. And I really do want world peace.
3 episodes left. Go! 6 castaways are fighting to make it to the final 4. A Small Miracle. All new Joan of Arcadia. CBS Friday.
Tonight on The Late Show, Dave welcomes George Clooney. Plus, know your current events and a special top 10 presented by Hooters Girls. First, your local news.
Improving your TV is costing hundreds of local jobs. We take a look at the changing TV technology.
A suspect is behind bars, but the search is going on for a missing college student.
And you have something in your home that may be connected to thousands of fires this year. Your news starts now.
Live and on your side, this is News Channel 7 at 11.
Thin is in.
TV technology is changing rapidly. To keep up, Hitachi lays off more than 200 local workers. Well, good evening. Even if you didn't work or don't work for Hitachi, you could be impacted by today's massive cutback.
The TV you're watching right now could contain projection ray tubes. Hitachi makes them and says they aren't as profitable as they once were. So the company is slowing production. Tonight, News Channel 7's Kimberly Bookman takes a look at where technology is taking us and whether we can keep up.
In a store filled with television screens, where do you look first?
People want to be able to get a big system, a big picture, and a big wow effect without taking up 2 or 3 feet of retail space in their living room.
And you can, because TV manufacturers have found a way to give you the most detailed picture and the best quality sound system packaged in a thinner screen. It's all delivered through tiny liquid crystal chips.
The bigger money is in the newer technologies.
That's why Hitachi was losing money. It made projection ray tubes, or PRTs. 3 of them were put into TV sets to produce a picture, each one the size of a large flashlight. With a product like that, the company was banking on sales of wider screens.
This time last year, a top-of-the-line 50 or 51-inch would probably be $2,500 to $3,000, and this year $2,000 is just at $2,100 maybe is max.
Are the days of televisions with PRTs in them gone?
I don't believe they're gone. The pricing has just come down dramatically.
There's still a market for people who buy TVs based on the price tag, but for how much longer, it's unknown. With high-definition television on the horizon, it looks like TV technology is just on the brink.
I mean, look at wireless technology with phones and pictures. It's just another extension of, I think, where we're headed.
In Greenville County, Kimberly Bookman, News Channel 7.
The Federal Communications Commission wants all programming and televisions equipped to handle high-definition TV by 2006. News Channel 7 is ahead of the curve. You may have noticed we bring you lots of daytime and primetime programming in HD TV format.
Another big project is in the works for BMW, this one at the plant site in Greer. The German automaker plans a $17 million research center to help the company increase the amount of materials made in North America for its cars made in Greer. BMW spokesman Bobby Hitt says the center will also be used to test cars and should be open by 2006. This research facility comes on the heels of the groundbreaking just 3 weeks ago on another research center in Greenville, in which BMW is playing a huge role. Clemson is developing a research and development center focused on information technology that's expected to attract more suppliers and R&D operations. The holiday shopping season has not been kind to all retailers FAO Schwartz, the parent company of the upscale toy company FAO Schwartz, says it's filing for bankruptcy again.
This is the second.
The McRib is back on the new taste menu at McDonald's, but only for a while, so hurry in for that one-of-a-kind super saucy piled on a home-style roll taste.
Have you missed me? I missed you too.
This kitchen is open 24 hours a day. When my children's friends are hungry, they come and find me. I always keep the pantry ready. Coming to Walmart Supercenter, you can get great prices. Their produce section is wonderful. It's fresh, it's crisp, it's colorful. You get great quality for less money. I can find any meat that I want. Pot roast, chuck roast. Spiral ham is great. I always like to have something baked fresh for the family. I can get everything I need at my Supercenter. We all need to watch our pennies, and Walmart does that. This is where it all happens.
Oh, last ice storm, I lost my power. This ice storm, I lost my Girl Scout cookies. They were supposed to arrive this morning.
Oh, weather is cruel.
I know, it's tough.
It's a cruel time, but the good news is, and I was glad to see on Sunday when the rain changed to sleet, and I'll explain why that was, because usually when you see freezing rain, you see far more widespread power problems than when you see a heavy sleet, which causes the road problems. Let me explain why as we start off tonight. First, sleet starts off as snow and then falls through a warm layer in the atmosphere, and that melts it into rain. And then if it can fall enough distance through freezing air, then it becomes sleet or ice pellets. It refreezes before it hits the ground. Freezing rain, on the other hand, falls through a broader area of warm weather, a very shallow area of cold air, and doesn't refreeze until it strikes something, until it actually hits. So therefore, when we have freezing rain like we did last month, it gathers on the trees and power lines and then freezes. And eventually, the trees begin to sag and the power lines begin to break, and in some cases, the trees sag on the power lines and both of them break. The differences are yesterday's sleet. Well, the trees began to see some freezing rain. Then once it changed to sleet, the sleet bounces off of things like trees and power lines, but it does collect on the roadways, and that's why the roads were bad. But I'd rather have warm temperatures for several days because we didn't lose our power. 36 degrees now in Spartanburg, 36 in Asheville, still 30 in Hickory. Now, there is cold air up north. It's not necessarily moving this way like it was during the morning hours yesterday, but we will still see morning low temperatures hovering right around freezing. And with cloudy skies overhead, we're already starting to see some fog, especially through the mountains, through the eastern sections of the upstate, and through the Piedmont of North Carolina. If the skies do continue to clear just a bit, some of the skies are thinning, then we'll be seeing some patchy, very dense fog tomorrow morning. So with gray and foggy weather outside and temperatures hovering near freezing in the morning, please be very careful. But watch what happens tomorrow. As the cold weather settles in tomorrow morning, high pressure will clear the clouds out fairly early on, and we'll see a cool day with bright sunshine and a very nice afternoon. Then on Wednesday morning, clouds begin to move back, and a chance of rain comes back in the forecast because we'll be on the other side of this high pressure area as it moves out to sea. Southerly winds mean warmer weather, but also moisture pushing up against a cool front to give us a slight chance of some passing showers on Wednesday. But for tomorrow afternoon, high temperatures look to be in the low to middle 50s, all under sunny skies. In the mountains, mid to upper 40s. Still very nice weather. And most of the slush on the roadways will melt tomorrow. And the good news is we shouldn't see a freeze then the next morning. So once you get past tomorrow morning, I think we're going to be in pretty good shape for a while. 52 degrees average highs in the upstate tomorrow. 58 degrees on Wednesday. Then Thursday, we'll climb to around 56 behind that weak cool front I just showed you. Then on Friday, we climb back up to near 60 after a morning low in the low to middle 40s. That throws in a chance of rain late Friday, possibly into Saturday morning. Saturday's high under partly cloudy skies, 57. Sunday, 54. Look to be two fairly nice days. A little weak cool down early next week. Through the mountains, you'll see a pretty good chance of some showers into the day Wednesday with morning lows near freezing, but that will happen before the precipitation starts. Then morning low Thursday morning above freezing. Shouldn't see driving problems there. Late Friday into Saturday morning. Again, lows just above freezing, so again, no problems driving to your festivities, whatever you're going to do on Saturday. Good news, even though we're going to see rain. As we get closer to spring, it's time to start talking about severe weather. Awareness Week in South Carolina, a week to plan for severe weather for your family. Today, we highlight NOAA and its alert feature.
The alert feature was put in so that even though the televisions are turned off and the radios are turned off and everything else, when we push the button here, we can wake you up and get you to a place of safety before the severe weather hits.
Now, of course, there are two types of weather alert radios. One is one that warns for all the counties in and around your area. The other kind is programmable, so you can program exactly which counties you want to receive in your home. Now, you can go to our website, newschannel7online.com, and you can find a link to where to purchase weather radios, transmitter locations and frequencies, as well as county codes for programmable radios. That's at newschannel7online.com. What we suggest is that you purchase your weather radio, let that awaken you in the middle of the night, then you can turn to News Channel 7, and we'll be here to give you more complete information about the storms as they threaten.
What have we got left in winter officially? Maybe another month or so?
Yeah, another month or so, and sometimes the worst winter storms come in March and early April for the East Coast.
93.
There we go.
Stay alert.
That's right.
Thanks.
Thank you. Well, as we begin our third decade fighting the AIDS virus, researchers are focusing on women.
In the U.S. alone, women account for 1 out of 3 of every new HIV cases, yet we know very little else about them. In a 7 on Your Side medical report, Dr. Sean Caniff takes a look at the issue of women and clinical trials.
This simple office has become a home away from home for Bridget Tuck.
All that I really knew about HIV was that when you get AIDS, you die.
She also knew back then the gay community could help.
I wanted to be around people that knew about what was going on.
So she followed some men she knew had HIV to a clinic and got herself in a clinical trial based in that simple office at Beth Israel Medical Center in New York. But as we enter the third decade of AIDS, Bridget's story has become increasingly rare. Armed with a number of approved medications for the treatment of HIV/AIDS, doctors and researchers like Donna Mildvin are seeing fewer people volunteer for clinical trials, especially minority women, who are quickly becoming the new face of AIDS in the U.S., accounting for an estimated 30% of new HIV infections. Simply put, clinical trials are often the best way to beat the disease.
Nobody knows the story. Nobody knows it. It's the best kept secret around.
A secret that could save your life, because sometimes clinical trials can provide tomorrow's cure today. And most doctors say they remain the single best way to access leading experts and leading technology.
You've got access to the most current, the most cutting edge, state of the art, not only treatment, but information.
Still, women often think of themselves last, and many minority women don't have computers, so access to trials is limited. But information is what helped Bridget plot her survival strategy. She's been able to watch her twin boys grow up, and one of them head out to Kuwait. War is now her biggest worry. Dr. Sean Caniff, CBS News.
We'll bring you the second part of our report on AIDS coming up Wednesday at 11.
Also in your news this evening, South Carolina could face a crisis if something isn't done soon to recruit and retain more certified nursing assistants. In a 7 on Your Side medical report, the problem is especially prevalent in the state's nursing homes. Many CNAs are leaving nursing facilities faster than others can be trained. Relatively low salaries, high demands, and strict health standards all contribute to South Carolina's 69% turnover rate when it comes to certified nursing assistants. And that's just within the nursing home business. Many think the solution is bigger salaries and better benefits. The average salary for a certified nursing assistant in a mid-sized nursing home in South Carolina is just over $17,000. That's roughly $2,000 more than what most fast food workers make. And DHEC has a shortage of workers inspecting nursing homes. A recent report found DHEC failed to meet federal standards in a third of the cases brought to its attention. And take note of this, if you have a problem with a nursing home, you can contact the Appalachian Council of Governments Long-Term Care Ombudsman. Here's the toll-free number. It's 1-800-868-9095.
Dr. Phil will make an appearance on The Late Show with David Letterman tonight. Letterman has been poking next in sports.
Furman tries for a rare double, back-to-back wins. I'm Pete Hannity. We'll show you if they get it up next in sports.
Doctors recommend elevating your heart rate at least 30 minutes a day. Here's to your health. The BMW 3 Series. The ultimate driving machine.
The original Whopper sandwich at Burger King. America's favorite burger, with flame-broiled beef, fresh lettuce and ripe tomatoes, and with fries and a drink, it's the ultimate value meal. Right now, get the original Whopper Junior Value Meal with medium fries and drink for just $1.99. The original Whopper Value Meal with medium fries and drink for just $2.99. Or the original Double Whopper Value Meal with medium fries and drink for just $3.99. Only at Burger King, home of the Whopper.
If you work for a living, one thing's certain.
Just getting there can be a challenge.
Especially if you have an accident.
But calling 1-800-SAFE-AUTO can help you prepare.
With low monthly payments you can make over the phone.
Or by logging on to our website.
Getting coverage is easy.
Plus, you avoid the risk of driving uninsured, like having your car impounded.
And that means no lost time at work.
1-800-SAFE-AUTO.
Call now and put us to work for you.
1-800-SAFE-AUTO. SAFE-AUTO.
Shoe Carnival's President's Weekend sale ends Monday. Buy one pair of women's or kids' clearance shoes or boots and get a second pair for $1. Shoe Carnival, brand name value for your family.
News Channel 7 Daybreak is on your side with forecasts, traffic, and news you want on your schedule. News Channel 7 Daybreak, weekday mornings at 5. We're on your side.
Jeep announces the best values in America. Now's the time to get great products like the 2003 award-winning Jeep vehicles. Great protection, our fully transferable 770 powertrain limited warranty, and great deals, up to $2,500 cash allowance or 0% financing on all 2003 Jeep vehicles. Great products, great protection, great deals. All add up to the best values in America. Hurry to your Jeep dealer for details or visit Jeep.com.
Just couldn't believe we pulled it off, and today it feels much more real.
Michael Waltrip celebrating this morning after getting that victory in the Daytona 500, or the Daytona 272.5 as it turns out, since it was shortened. Waltrip's take, $1.39 million, his third win at Daytona, his second in the 500, all three of his career wins coming at the track. Well, after being snowed out on Sunday, Wake Forest and Maryland battling for the ACC's top spot under the oddest of circumstances, a marquee matchup in the league that's not on live TV. That was the case today. The Turtles sitting in the snow outside, Maryland getting red hot inside. They controlled the boards 44-24, and plays like Nick Kaner Medley's right there showing you just how they controlled this contest. Maryland shoots 50% from the field. Inside goes Drew Nicholas for 2 of his 19. There's Steve Blake. He finishes the game with 21. The Terps take over first in the ACC. Number 13 up and number 10, 90-67. That is actually a smile by the head coach, Gary Williams. He's really happy there. His Terrapins rolling on. At Furman tonight, Paladins trying for something they haven't done a whole lot this season. Getting back-to-back wins. They won last week at home against Georgia Southern after 7 days off. Added against the Citadel tonight. There's one of the freshmen, Tony Carter, knocking down the three. Second half, Paladins making it a romp, 47-33. Defense rules off the steal. Kareem Sushu comes up with 2 of his 26 with a game high on the evening. And G. DeLuz had 10 assists. One of them parlayed into a three-pointer by Jason Patterson. Oh, what fun they had. Paladins roll on to the 77-60 victory. There's more of Sushu. Furman now 5 of 8 in SoCon play. Also on the scoreboard, the Furman women, by the way, won their game tonight down at Georgia Southern. Other men's action, Charleston beats Western Carolina. Coastal Carolina falls in the Big South, as does Charleston Southern on the road. And Florida gets back in the win column outside of the ACC, knocking off the Privateers of New Orleans. High school basketball tonight. Daniel and Wren in a one-game playoff, or I should say some other college notes. First, Ed Scott, you see him right there. He had 25 against North Carolina, shares the player of the week in the ACC with Maryland's Blake. And Jocelyn Penn of USC, what an honor for her. She is one of 10 finalists for the National Senior Player of the Year. Earlier in the season, Penn led the nation in scoring, and she has maintained a pace of well over 22 points a game throughout the season. Lady Gamecocks, by the way, are number 17 in the national rankings this week.
Now to the high school hoops in that one-game playoff. Wren and Daniel going for the second seed coming out of Western 3A in the upcoming 3A playoffs. Reed Long for Wren tonight goes inside. They played this game at Easley. Long, one of the top scorers in the area. But Daniel going on a 17-2 run. After the nice defense, J.R. Howell lays it in, and Daniel claims the win tonight. So what it means is they get to host in the first round of the playoffs that begin later this week, and Wren has to go on the road, 61-48. Well, sadness gripping the Baltimore Orioles. One of their young pitchers, Steve Beckler, dies from a heat stroke. They're checking into whether a dietary drug may have contributed to the problem. Well, we knew Greg Maddux would likely earn a record one-season salary this year. Today, the number becomes official. He settles on $14.75 million. Yeah, settles on it. He'd been asking for $16 million. The Braves were offering about $13.5, so they meet kind of halfway. But what a bunch of paydays upcoming for the righty. That Coastal Plain League baseball team gets its nickname. It'll be known as the Spartanburg Stingers. That was selected from a contest of 120, and the winner of the contest was Gerald Smith. So the team that'll be made up of college players this summer, they'll play at Duncan Park, and they'll be known as the Stingers, hoping their bats have plenty of sting. And finally, maybe you sit around at night and say, hey, whatever happened to that nice young girl, Tanya Harding? Well, she's pursuing another sport, a boxer. She was expecting to have a big day this weekend in Memphis, but the fight card was canceled earlier today when Mike Tyson had to be pulled out for various health reasons. Tanya, though, says that despite not fighting in the marquee event this weekend, she's going to continue fighting. It's not lost on us that Tanya Harding is involved in a sport that emphasizes hitting people. Anyway, you'll see her continue in another realm in the near future. That's it. The news returns in a moment.
Chrysler announces the best values in America. Now's the time to get great products, like our best-selling minivans, best-selling convertible, and the powerful 300M. Great protection with our fully transferable 770 powertrain limited warranty. And great deals like up to $3,000 cash allowance. Great products, great warranty, great deals. Add it all up and you'll get the best values in America. Hurry to your Chrysler dealer or visit Chrysler.com.
Are you getting the most for your minutes? Are your calls crystal clear? Alltel gives you one of the clearest digital networks in the country. Do your minutes go where you go? With Alltel's national coverage area, you can talk wherever you want. So go ahead, get out of here. Sign up now and add a line to any Alltel Total Freedom plan for just $9.95 a month. Get the most for your minutes with Alltel.
Gladys, I'm going to lunch.
It's 10 o'clock.
Ooh, I'm late.
Now that Wendy's Monterey Ranch Chicken Sandwich is back.
How about lunch?
Now? Breakfast?
Lunch.
With its whole breast filet, Monterey Jack, and ranch dressing with bacon, it's so delicious, who could wait till 12 o'clock? And it makes for a short afternoon.
Gladys, dinner time.
It's 2:15.
Hold my calls.
What a guy.
Wendy's Monterey Ranch Chicken Sandwich. It's better here. And our pickup window's open till midnight or later, so you can eat great even late.
Buying or selling a home can mean the weight of the world on your shoulders. A RE/MAX agent can lighten that load. Averaging more than 13 years experience, RE/MAX agents have the knowledge and expertise to free you of paperwork and do everything in their power to make hassles disappear. Our agents work the kind of practical magic that lets you take your life to the next level. When you're ready to buy or sell, call RE/MAX.
Year after year, millions of people choose one company for the best-selling SUV in the world. Now get 0% for up to 60 months or $2,000 cash back on Ford Explorer. That's a total finance savings of over $8,100 on the first SUV in its class with independent rear suspension. So it's no wonder Ford has been recognized for having the most repeat buyers of any other make. Visit your Carolina Ford dealer today and find out what millions of Ford owners already know.
Some roadways will be slippery in spots. Let me show you the morning lows in the upstate, right around or slightly above freezing. So watch for those slippery spots, and especially where there's still slush on the roadways, that can really grab your tires and yank them one way or the other. So try to avoid the slush as well. In the mountains, about the same story, but a bit cooler. Temperatures just below freezing, and some freezing fog could also slicken the roadways. Just be careful, and especially if you're driving on a dry road, you may come up to a slick spot and not even see it coming. So the roads are dry in some spots, very slick in others.
Take it easy.
Right.
Thank you, Brad, and thank you for joining us and for watching News Channel 7.
We hope you'll join us tomorrow night. Stay tuned for David Letterman. Good night.
You know, there's no better way to spend President's Day than being face-to-face with one. I'm talking about cash here, my friends. This weekend, get up to $2,000 cash back on Toyota's most popular models, like the Tundra we just showed you, or the Highlander, or maybe this Camry, Tacoma, Matrix. That's up to $2,000 cash back, or 2,000 Washingtons, or 20 Benjamins, or, well, you get the point. So visit your local Toyota dealer, or buy at Toyota.com today.
For all the people who are tired of cable rate hikes, it's time to chuck your cable.
Wow. With Dish Network at the lowest all-digital price in America, over 50 channels for just $24.99 a month. Price guaranteed until January 2005. Visit a local participating retailer or call 1-800-WOW-DISH for our free Dish offer.
Miracle. You make it happen. By Lancôme Paris. Now your gift with a $25 Lancôme purchase at participating Belk stores.
Don't just sit there. Pop secret. Honey butter. Don't just sit there. Pop secret. Home style.
Pack up the old kids, head for the old beach. It's down at old Chuck's, a seafood old feast. Put a fork full of fresh in your old hand. Will make you forget you live on dry land.
Oh, Charlie's Beach Party 2003. Cajun gumbo, bonfire tuna, and a 20-piece shrimp platter for just $9.99.
Tell me, honey, do you wanna go where the good food and good times start with? Oh, good food and good times.
Dr. Phil, weekdays at 10 a.m. on News Channel 7.
My Big Fat Greek Life, premiere CBS next Monday after Raymond.